Ladies and gentlemen, please rise as our colors are presented by the United States Army Nashville Recruiting Battalion. We ask you to remain standing for our invocation delivered tonight by Joe Nelms, pastor of Family Baptist Church in Lebanon, Tennessee.
Heavenly Father, we thank you tonight for all your blessings. You said in all things give thanks. So we want to thank you tonight for these mighty machines that you brought before us. Thank you for the Dodges and the Toyotas. Thank you for the Fords. And most of all, we thank you for Roush and Yates partnering to give us the power that we see before us tonight. Thank you for GM Performance Technology and the R07 engines. Thank you for Sunoco Racing Fuel and Goodyear tires that bring performance and power to the track. Lord, I want to thank you for my smoking hot wife tonight, Lisa. My two children, Eli and Emma, or as we like to call them, the Little E's. Lord, I pray you bless the drivers and use them tonight. May they put on a performance worthy of this great track. In Jesus' name, boogity, 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 amen.
Here we go. Your tire tracks. When you go, he's pushing.
Now it's go time.
There we go. They're looking. They're looking. Can't make it. Can't make it happen.
Newman, the runner-up in 2005.
Can't make it happen.
Has about 2,000 feet to the finish line to win the Bud Shootout for the first time. Hamlin low, Bush up high. Here they come. 3 wide to the stripe, and the winner is
3 wide.
probably Kurt Busch, because Denny Hamlin went below the yellow line.
Yeah, that was definitely, he advanced his position by being out of bounds. There's no question on that one.
I mean, he is all the way below the line. The question is, would they deem that coming to the checkered flag and game on? And I've always thought on the last lap, when you can see the checkered flag, you do what you got to do.
The line is still a line, but Darrell, does Hamlin get the lead before he goes below the yellow line? If so, he may be the race winner.
Yeah, it's hard to say about that.
And McMurray, he never came off the rear bumper of Kurt Busch in that 22 car.
Kurt Busch has won the Budweiser Shootout.
That would have been my call, but you never know. Go for all three, have a trifecta, but the guy that's the best in this situation is running fourth in that 14 car. Watch him.
Youngest winner of the 500 ever, Jeff Gordon, at age 25. Older than either David Ragan or Trevor Bayne right now.
Pretty exciting right here, gang.
Going for green-white checker. There are the speeds of the leaders as they come down behind the pace car, perhaps for the final time. 2 laps to glory. Green flag.
Perfect. Good hesitation. Now if they can get hooked up and push.
And Tony timed it a little better, but can Bobby Labonte get up there to help Tony Stewart, or is he a man alone?
He's in no man's land. I just don't know if he can hang out there.
But look at the 2 Busch brothers, Kurt Busch in the 22 and Kyle Busch in the 18, working the high side.
I'm hearing they're going, oh, we got a car around. Got a car around right
Bobby
there.
Gordon saves it.
But the 6 is being black flagged, passing before the start-finish line.
And a car on the wall.
Newman again.
Ryan Newman hit the wall.
Junior.
Truex and Junior.
Oh, no, and here's Truex.
Caution is out.
Watch the 6 of David Ragan. He is the leader right there on the outside. He must maintain lane position to the start-finish line for this to be a legal start. When he changes lanes, he has violated NASCAR procedure, and he'll get a black flag.
They timed it perfectly. They just went too soon.
Yes.
They just needed to wait a few more seconds. And then back in here, it just gets wadded up. He could win his first 500 in his first 500 attempt.
Cars up. Ready.
Tony Stewart's won the pole for the Indy 500. He's won the IRL championship, twice the Sprint Cup championship. He's won everything at Daytona.
47 with you. Still with you. Still with you. Bottom.
And coming through the middle, Kurt Busch. Now down to the inside.
Bobby Labonte in that 47 gave Trevor Bayne a heck of a push. Now all they can do is try to hug the bottom of the racetrack and protect.
I like what I tell you, that 22 though is coming in with a head of steam, and Juan Pablo right on him. Looks like Tony and Mark might have I don't know if they got enough time to get back up there or not. I don't think they do.
Dale Jr. checked and released at the infield care center. They'll face the white flag when they come around to decide the 53rd Daytona 500. Rookie Trevor Bayne in his second Sprint Cup start will lead them to a white flag with Bobby Labonte. Here comes Kurt Busch and Juan Montoya. Carl Edwards in fifth.
And we know Kurt Busch and Montoya is going to make a move. DW, when will they make it?
I don't think they're going to make it till turn 4. I mean, we keep hearing about I'm a set and duck when I'm leading this thing. So I guess that makes the 21 a set and duck right now. But we'll see here. That 22 knows how to win from that position. That's where he won the Bud Shootout from.
Edwards and Gilliland down to the inside, trying to.
Where did that 34 come from?
Trying to spoil the party.
Oh my gosh.
They spoiled the party for Kurt Busch and Montoya, and here they come through turn 4.
Gilliland, former pole sitter of the 500. Edwards has room underneath. Now he pushes Trevor Bayne.
It's over. Trevor Bayne is going to win the Daytona 500.
Unbelievable.
Happy birthday, Trevor Bayne, 20 years old.
Are you kidding me? What? That was awesome. That was awesome, Trevor. You are the man, buddy. You are the man. Everybody coming inside, congratulating you here. Awesome job.
Saw Leonard Wood down on pit road where he stood in '76 when Pearson won it. There's Leonard, who with Glenn and Delano, they're the Wood brothers. Oh my goodness. First win in 10 years for what is now a part-time team out of Stewart, Virginia and Concord, North Carolina. The Wood brothers return to victory lane at Daytona with 20-year-old Trevor Bayne.
That is a life-changing experience right there, buddy, even at 20 years old.
And what a great representative for our sport. 20-year-old kid, well-spoken. Donnie Wingo. I love Donnie Wingo. He's one of those old school
right
guys.
Here, bud. This is all you right here. This is all you. Are you kidding me? This is all you. Do yourself. Do your thing right here. I mean, you know, if you want to go out in the grass, you can do that too.
Hey, Mike, he's saying, I think this is how you do it.
And he stops for the flag at start finish. No. Remember, he got tied up in a crash on Thursday. They had to do a lot of work to keep this car in the 500 and not go to a backup. The red, the white, the gold numbers look just like the Mercury that Pearson drove into victory lane after finishing the race in the grass in 1976 after a collision with Richard Petty in turn 4.
Look at this celebration. This is unbelievable. This is fairy tale stuff. This is like once upon a time.
The glass slipper fit.
It did, man. It did.
Watch the spoiler, watch the spoiler.
Watch the spoiler. Yeah, right.
Oh my word. Can you believe it? Oh yeah.
It is the 5th Daytona 500 win and the 98th career win for the Wood brothers as Trevor Bayne becomes the second youngest race winner in Sprint Cup Series history.
Halfway when Jeff Gordon was in a long run and the car just abruptly got loose and he slowed significantly. That's what happened 2 laps ago. Jeff said, uh-oh, the car is getting loose, very, very loose, and now he's in jeopardy of losing the lead.
That happened about 10 laps ago or so. I saw that thing step out and I was like, no, I don't like the way that looks.
Yeah, you sure pointed that out, and if I watched him a little bit more, you could see that happening. You can see right there the back end kid, even though he was able to hold Jimmy Johnson off right now.
All he can do here is try to take away Jimmy's line that he wants to run and try to keep him in dirty air. 10 laps, that's a long time to do that, isn't it?
Oh, gosh, it seems like forever as you're trying to fight a loose race car in particular at this track.
So after dominating a lot of the afternoon, falling back, coming back to the front, having a vibration, getting to a pit window without that becoming a problem, getting out with the lead, pulling away from Jimmy Johnson. Now Gordon slides back into the clutches of his teammate, and they're inside the final 10 laps and racing for the win.
We just have to see if any of this lap traffic that Jeff's going to encounter is going to kind of take away his lane and where he wants to run and how that affects him.
One thing that might help him is a little dirty air on the nose wouldn't hurt a loose race car. So, you know, having some traffic might not hurt Jeff Gordon.
You can see the 48 right behind there coming off of turn 4 that last time. His car's a little bit on the free side also, back in kicking out.
Searching for a lane. Where can I find enough grip to hold him off? Where can I find enough grip to get by him?
Yeah, Jeff's just hoping right here that Marcus Ambrose gives him where he wants to be able to go. See Ambrose move up, giving Gordon the bottom, but Gordon's got really wiggling right there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Look
man,
at that.
it's still out of shape.
Just
look
hanging on.
Look at Ambrose.
And here comes Johnson.
With a run.
Yeah, he might try to go all the way to the bottom. See if he tries to go to the bottom and take that from Jeff. Not able to hold it down there. Just probably too loose, and the tires have too much time on them to make that move. Gordon's still fighting his car there.
And we're talking a lot about Jeff, but Jimmy's got to be doing a lot of fighting of his own inside that car.
Yeah, and as much as he's having to fight right now, it's a lot less than what he did the first of the race when he about wrecked every other lap.
Got a good run there off turn 4. That's Ben Johnson's strong spot, it seems like today.
6 laps to go.
And to the bottom. Can he make it stick?
Yeah, we've seen Jimmy in this position number. Now look how sideways right there. Wow, stays in the throttle.
Driving by both of these guys.
That's why there's 9 championships between these two. Able to take loose race cars, worn out tires right now, battling for the win here.
Two of the sport's best and the Atlanta track at its best, using every inch of this wide racetrack to try and find the grip they need to get to the front.
And there's some traffic ahead of this group. There's quite a few cars ahead. Looks like they'll catch them too.
5 laps to go.
Whoa, Gordon really sideways right there.
And Jimmy fighting right up to his back bumper.
You can see Jimmy just walk the car all the way up the track.
Did we talk earlier about another fantastic finish here at Atlanta?
Yes, sir. Got a run.
Oh, yeah, he got him loose right there.
Coming corner, Stewart. Outside, right next to you, outside. 24 only.
4 to go. Gordon drives it in to stay side by side.
Jimmy's getting a little loose.
Both of them wiggling up off the corner. Wow.
Clear, you're clear. Let's just see off this front of you.
That's good stuff.
They're coming to 3 to go. I'm telling you, this is a dogfight.
Yeah, Johnson going to try to get a run on the high side. Just might get his pass that he's looking for here.
That's not what Gordon needs.
No,
can't
not
make
this
it work.
time. 3 laps to go. Regan Smith gives way the lap car. Johnson dives again for the low side.
Oh, both of them just using all the track.
What's the wiggle going to be that costs Gordon the win, or Johnson the chance to make a run at him? Lost some time there.
Yeah, Jimmy said, I got to try something.
Yeah, that's where he'd made up a lot of his time.
2 to go.
Looks like they may not catch this traffic before the end of the race.
But it's probably still affecting their cars. They're close enough. Johnson gets a big run off of 2 now.
Coming to the white flag. So far, Gordon's been able to hold him off. Can he do it for another lap and a quarter? Johnson's gotten a big run off turn 4 several times on Gordon, but not been able to finish the pass. He slides this time.
Gordon gets the big run.
By 3, white flag.
Last lap. Gordon gaining some ground. Can he hang on?
Oh, Jimmy Johnson sideways as he went to the gas hard.
Look at him.
Sliding off the corner. Half a lap to go. They're There is lap traffic ahead. We've had fantastic finishes in Atlanta. Will this be another side-by-side run to the checkers? It's going to be a sideways run to the checkers. Johnson tries to get there, can't get it done. Career win number 85. Jeff Gordon third on NASCAR's all-time win list.
Wow. That's some driving right there.
What a finish.
Yeah, all this going on, we couldn't go back.
Yeah. Woo! That's what I'm talking about, boys.
Tony Stewart came up and passed all of those cars from running 8th all the way to 3rd.
But you couldn't leave that.
No, absolutely not.
I mean, that was something.
These two drivers still arguing over space.
Yeah, Jimmy's going like, hey.
I suspect they'll discuss it when they come back around to the pit lane.
Yeah, they're going at it hard. If you beat up Fender.
If physical actions inside the race car mean anything, Jimmy Johnson looks a good bit agitated.
Yes, I think he is. He can't get this stuff off quick enough to get out and have a little conversation.
All right, quick look at the action between these two in the last lap.
All right, guys, good job. Good job on pit road. Jimmy, you did a good job on the track today, man. Sorry. We'll get these cars figured out sooner or later. Did a good job.
We did see this coming.
I don't think there was any doubt. And I'm pretty sure that they're not agreeing on what took place back there. Yeah, when you came down, I went up. Heard that. Who's going to get the last word?
Certainly agreeing to disagree there.
Well, this isn't the first time these drivers have had a disagreement about who ran into who.
Crew members trying to intervene there and say, okay. Well, Vince?
Well, certainly animated. And Jimmy, how about the conversation there with Kurt and what the message was you were trying to deliver?
More like a lot of yelling. I mean, I worked him over for 10 or 15 laps and had the opportunity to screw him up in the center of the turn, had the opportunity to run into him, never did it. And then off of 2, he claims I turned down on him off of 2, and I don't have a clue. He ran over me on the corner exit, and that's where it all started. So we'll figure it out.
Throughout the course of the race, as you stalked him, did you feel like now in hindsight that maybe you should have handled it differently?
No, I mean, I'm not going to run people over to pass them. That's just not me. And I worked on it for however many laps, trying to get by him clean, fair and square. And then as I got next to him, we had that issue up off too. So, just keep filing things away. Remember this stuff. There's a couple other guys out there that have been pushing the luck too.
Jimmy Johnson frustrated at the finish, but a very good day today, 4th place. Dave?
Vince, let's hear from Kurt Busch. 3rd place today, hard fought, especially at the end. Your talks with Jimmy?
We were fast on a fresh racetrack, and then we'd fade. Racing hard with Jimmy at the end. I was racing him flat out. You want to race? Let's race. I didn't know we were supposed to pull over when it came down to 5 to go. Man, I raced him hard, raced him smart, raced him clean, and he wants to come over here and bitch about it. So, hey, he came off the turn and did a jab to me left. I did a jab back to the right. It's just as clean as I've ever seen it. Why can't we race each other like this and put on a show for the fans and not have a problem with it? I don't know.
Will this carry forward to the chase, Kurt?
It always does with the 48 and the 22.
Big day for these guys points-wise, but a little frustrating at the end for Kurt. Alan?
He's trying to, Alan, but he says the car is loose in and loose off, and that's been the first time all night that they've really felt like that's been a handling issue that's detrimental to him, and he gets caught in the back end and into the wall.
Johnson in trouble. Montoya also goes around. Caution number 10.
2 more, you can start to roll. You can, clear. Again, fellas.
They're having a good race right there. I don't know if Kirk just made a mistake.
Yeah, it looked like the 48 of Johnson had given the 22 plenty of room to race down the bottom side, but could have been a situation that Kirk just got loose getting in the corner too and couldn't turn the wheel. Montoya spun just trying to avoid that.
Trouble turn number 2. It is Kurt Busch who's gone around. Brought the caution flag out.
Got another car. Jimmy Johnson.
Oh, well.
Huh.
Imagine that.
Hard came together again.
Would be into something here.
11th caution of the race.
I got your number. I got your number.
I don't know what happened there now.
I think the both of you have had each other's number for a little while now. Kurt and Jimmy tangling a little bit earlier, racing for 4th position. Brought out the previous caution.
He had ways to get to it.
He had to work hard to get there. Took some talent.
He's a 5-time champ.
Oh, this will be an interesting picture.
Clear.
Not quite.
The throttle could have hung.
Agent.
So
2 to go this time.
And they timed that out pretty darn good because time that Boyer and Harvick get back to them, it's going to be tight.
2 laps to go. Remember, 7 of the last 11 Talladega races decided by a last lap pass. Boyer and Harvick coming again on the high side.
Yeah, Boyer got real tight on the side of the 16 car, but it's paying off. Drag race down the back right there.
But they can't clear the Fords and protect the bottom because Edwards comes storming back on the inside.
Well, what else it does is opens the door for these 2 cats right here who have timed it out pretty darn good, coming to the white flag.
And there comes their teammates as well, Johnson and Earnhardt Jr. White flag this time.
Those have been the 2 best cars right there most of this race. They're just now showing it.
The bell lap, and the man who started up front leads it, Jeff Gordon.
But here comes the next 2 pair. These 2 cats right here, they may have timed it out too. Let's see what happens down the back.
Now they will get a draft off Mark Martin. And here's the slingshot to the outside.
Stay together. That's what they're saying. Stay together. Push, push, push. It's going to get tight down here in turn 3.
Don't forget Jimmy Johnson and Dale Jr., 5th and 6th. They are there. Which group will they go with? And will it help the 2 best cars? Or will it help Jeff Gordon to victory lane?
All bets are off. They get to the middle of the tri-oval.
Watch out, down low.
Way down comes Johnson.
Good run.
He's got room. They're 3 wide. 3 by 3 to the line.
Johnson.
Maybe Jimmy Johnson.
I believe he got him by an inch.
2 1/1000ths of a second he beat Boyer.
Okay, a 1/16 of an inch.
Have you ever?
Oh, man. Oh, man.
No, we have
I have never seen anything like that. Woohoo! What a finish.
Here they come for the final couple of laps at Talladega. Green flag is in the air. See how quickly 31 and 33 get hooked up after that line. Tony Stewart and Paul Menard not quite together in that outside lane. Look at Gordon and Trevor Bayne up through the middle.
Well, Jeff Gordon was on the gas, ready to go.
Matt Kenseth has been separated from David Ragan.
I think Matt's wanting to be able to help the 21 maybe right now. Leave Jeff Gordon hung out right here.
There it is. Goodbye 24. And the 56 and 00, Truex and Ruderman. Mentioned them earlier to keep an eye on them.
Wow, what a lead that Jeff Burton and Clint Boyer have made right here. It'll be tough to run them down.
Jeff Gordon just a roadblock right there.
What happened to Stewart and Menard on that restart? Michael Waltrip looking for a partner. White flag down to the final lap.
Can anybody run up and catch Burton and Boyer? They've got some ground to make up if they're going to do it. Shuffling around in this pack.
8 of the last 12 races here have been decided on the last lap.
Dave Blaney first to break from the traffic with Brad Keselowski. Here come Brian Vickers and Casey Kane. Whole knot of cars behind them, but Jeff Burton is a half a lap from victory. This far clear of the pack. Does Boyer pull out and try and win?
There's a chance that Boyer might try to pull out and win when they get to the trial.
Here he goes. Here he goes. Does the pack have a chance to run him down?
Side over there, you and him. No pressure.
Side by side in contact. The pack is not going to catch him. They bounce
still got
off
a shot.
again. Clint Boyer gets the win.
I don't know who won that. Good job, Clint.
Another frantic Talladega finish. We heard the radio conversation between Burton and Boyer about how quickly they needed to get together to hold off the competition. They did it, others around them faltered, and then they raced for it between themselves.
Now just 2 laps remaining. There's Carl right behind. It's now 7/10 of a second. So in the last 2 laps, Stenhouse has actually lengthened the lead.
He might have got a phone call on the radio. Said, hey, we got to go just a little bit faster.
You got to give Ricky Stenhouse a lot of credit. You know, it's not easy to top Carl Edwards at a track, and he's going to do it for the second time at Iowa.
Here we go. 7/8 of a mile to go for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. He picked up his first career win here back in May. And all he has to do now is negotiate 2 more corners, and he's going to do it again at Iowa Speedway.
He dominated last week, Marty. Didn't get the win, but it looks as though he's got a little redemption in mind here tonight.
Oh, look out as he has a tire situation. Here comes Edwards right into it. They cross the line, and guess who wins the race? Stenhouse.
Well, thanks to Carl Edwards. Gave him
unreal finish. Sadler comes across the line 3rd, Wise 4th, Almirola 5th, and Reed Sorensen wins the $100 grand in the Dash for Cash. And Ricky wins for the second time, courtesy of a shove from Carl Edwards.
If Carl could have avoided him, he would have won the race, but he had nowhere to go. He couldn't react quick enough. I've never seen anything like it.
I've never have either. Look at what's left of the front end of the Fastenal Ford.
Oh my gosh.
Ricky had a tire going down, which tells you how hard he was driving.
It is official from NASCAR. The 6 car crosses the line first as we saw it. There he is saying, hey, it may not look pretty, but I'm the winner.
9 laps to go when they come back to the stripe, and Gordon is there.
Right there. But this is where Kyle can really pull him just a little bit. That's going to make it awfully tough for Jeff Gordon to get by.
Yeah, last time through turn 2, Gordon in the 24 got off the corner good. That speed carries all the way down the straightaway.
Whoa, Kyle got up off the bottom a little bit that time, and Jeff was able to stay with him. This could be the lap right here. Watch Jeff Gordon into 3.
Oh, Kyle pulls him down the backstretch.
Yeah, but watch that
right
24.
here is where Gordon is strongest. And he gets right to the back bumper trying to rattle Kyle Busch.
Well, it'll get you a little bit loose and allow you to do that right there. Get a little run, and he's gone.
8 laps to go.
Whoa, Jeff got loose getting in that corner.
But Kyle was on the outside of him where he was unable to take advantage.
Yeah, it hurt Kyle Busch more than it did Jeff Gordon.
A little bit of nudge, a little turn of the wheel. Here we go.
Mike, you said it at the top of the show. Little short track racing on a 1-mile track.
Alan Gustafson, he loves what he's seeing.
All right, here it is.
White flag. Crew Chief Alan Gustafson has been to victory lane here with Mark Martin and with Kyle Busch. Last week, 20-year-old Trevor Bayne won the Daytona 500 after battling Thursday and drafting with his boyhood hero, Jeff Gordon. Today, Jeff Gordon rolls off turn 4, 0 for 66, 1 for 67.
You guys are awesome.
Jeff Gordon wins at Phoenix.
Baby. Welcome back. Awesome job. That's the way to fight, man. We earned that one. Congratulations, buddy. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, boss. Thank you for this opportunity, man. I'm loving these guys.
Of James Busher.
How impressive is that move Ty Dillon made? We're seeing Kyle Busch. He can't get his way around our leader, Busher, but Dillon's not only driven around him, he's driven away from him.
Kyle Busch is going to do it right here, though. James Busher moves up the racetrack. Ooh!
Very close. Down to the apron goes Kyle Busch. Then he shoots up the racetrack, almost gets into the 31. And here comes Hornaday for second, trying to take that spot away.
How about that young driver, Ron Hornaday, trying to get by Kyle Busch here? Ooh, close.
Wide into turn 4. That moves Kyle Busch all the way up the racetrack. He has to catch it before he gets in the wall. And Hornaday catches the wall.
Caution's out, caution's out.
Caution is going to come out. Both drivers trying to get by. Looked like the 17 of Timothy Peters. They slid up the racetrack, and now Kyle Busch not happy at all.
It's all good, dude.
And Kyle Busch is going to turn the 33 into the wall. Our championship contender Hornaday in the wall.
Well, Kyle Busch should be parked for this race and maybe the rest of the season for that.
Holy cow, I can't believe he did
Championship
that.
contender Ron Hornaday hard into the wall. Kyle Busch sends him in.
You all right? You know, we saw him playing games like that at Martinsville, but we're running over 180 miles an hour here.
Window net down on the 33 of Hornaday. The two trucks were trying to get by the 17 of Timothy Peters.
I think it was a 07.
Oh, the 07, excuse me.
Pencil, that's what I was getting at.
That is unbelievable.
Yep. And that takes that 33 truck out of this championship hunt, I believe.
Hornaday coming in just 15 points back, definitely in this championship hunt.
Go back to the
32 points on the lead of this championship in 4 races and have it all come to an end like that.
Obviously, Kyle Busch is really mad at Ron Hornaday as they went side by side by that lap truck of the 07 of Johnny Chapman. Here it is right here. They go side by side.
Hornaday has to go up.
Kyle squeezes down on Ron, but Ron he's got to be in control of his truck. They both do a little bit of contact into the wall, but I believe those trucks could be repaired and maybe race for the win still.
And the caution has come out now. Right now, the caution is already out.
A little bit more damage on Ron Hornaday's truck. Very minimal damage to that 18 truck, but this is when he's going to show his displeasure to Ron Hornaday. He gets up against him, and he just won't never turn him loose, Mikey.
He's running wide open in the back of that truck, and he finally turns him head on into that outside wall.
Green flag, 2 to go.
Boy, I tell you, that 2 car gets up in there. That's going to mess with Carl a little bit. But Carl should be able to get the steam up the outside.
Regan Smith in that 78 gets a good run through 1 and 2. Actually pulls away from Carl Edwards down the backstretch.
Stewart loses a bit of ground and loses 2 spots. It is Smith into turn 3. Edwards has the grip, and here he comes to the white flag. Regan Smith 1 lap away. Paul Menard blowing up in the back of the pack. White flag.
Can he do it? Can he hold him off?
No matter what, we've got a race now. They'll race it back if we don't get a caution.
Boy, Regan got off to the turn 2.
Oh, he hits the wall.
He's all right. He's okay. He got off there great.
But Edwards didn't jump inside.
They're all wrecking behind him, but it's okay. Can he hold him off? One more corner.
Here we come to the flag.
He's
Regan
got
Smith
him. I think
looking
he's got
for
him.
his first Sprint Cup win. Edwards to Carlin's flag. Smith gets the flag, and this time he'll get to keep it.
How about that?
I love you guys, man. That's awesome.
Wow.
That's awesome. Yes.
He and Logano is Boyer, Keselowski, and then right behind them, Sorensen and Kyle Busch. Here we go. Pace cars off. Green flag is in the air. Does he get as good a start this time? No. Here comes Joey.
Yeah, Logano's there. I think Carl spun the tires a little bit that time.
Through the corner. Still on his fender. On the high side. Logano going for it. They're down the backstretch. Logano with a half a car length on him. Now here comes Carl back on the low side.
Oh, Carl slips a little.
Come on, he's sideways.
Oh, now he gets into Joey. Joey's into the bar, and the car's upside down. On the side is Clint.
Yellow's out, yellow is out, yellow is out.
Wallace gets into it. The 14 of Bliss gets into it. Red flag immediately.
Stop on the back. They want you to stop on the back.
They are stopping everyone on the backstretch.
He got loose or something. I just in the throttle. He got loose. I touched him, guys.
There's what's left of Keselowski's car. Window net down. He's okay. There's Joey with his net down. Clint Boyer is out. Boy, Boyer went up on his side. For a second, I thought he was going to go all the way over. And there is Stephen Wallace as he seems to be okay.
Carl got loose right there.
So did Joey.
Joey's
got
out.
loose.
Yeah, Carl never touched him right there.
No, he never did. Wow. He thinks he did, but he didn't.
Yeah, no, he never touched him.
So when they see the video, but look what happens behind. Eric Almirola does not escape this one this time in the 88.
Yeah, so many good cars
involved
Bliss,
there.
Yeah.
Had a great run all day.
Boy, oh boy. Watch this one more time.
This is just two drivers just giving it everything they could, but you can see Joey was in the gas, slid up to where out of the groove, there's no grip there whatsoever.
And Boyer got the worst of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Green, 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 green.
When Harvick got up in front of Menard, about as nice as you can do it right there.
And left Joey all by himself on the inside right there.
Yep. But see how much time they lost by doing, even at that. See what I was talking about? They lost, you know, a couple of seconds there on the front two rows. Now they're going to have to get some steam and go.
But there's the 4 car pushing the 20, and the 20 has no partner now, and the 4 car has no partner.
Harvick and Menard
Look
lost
at the
some
20
ground as well.
Joey Logano to the outside there with the 4 car of Casey Kane.
Larry called it. Logano to the outside and to the lead. Big shove by Casey Kane on the outside.
That was a huge shove. He got
look in the
just
middle.
enough off those guys.
They had to lift.
Shuffled out.
He got a little bit out of shape there. Newman had to get out of the gas, and that was it.
Here we come down to the white flag. 1 lap to go for David Ragan.
Clear, all clear. 1 faster, double wide.
And look who's right behind Kenseth. Dale Earnhardt Jr. has joined the party.
Watch Harvick swing high here, though.
Kevin Harvick's been known to break hearts at Daytona. He did it to Mark Martin in 2007 in the Daytona 500. He won this race 1 year ago. David Ragan, a half a lap away from his first victory.
It's now time, isn't it, for the 20?
It's time for the 20 to do something, or...
1 back, 3 by 10.
I tell you,
the record behind him.
David Ragan.
Behind the race leader.
David Ragan.
No caution yet. David Ragan coming back to the start-finish line.
They're wrecking again.
Everywhere now.
They're wrecking again.
Ragan with sweet redemption gets the victory at Daytona.
2 separate wrecks on the last lap.
Great job. Thank you a lot, Matt.
Oh, man, these guys are flying by Newman.
He was a sitting duck.
No kidding. That's the scariest part of it being in a wreck like this, is sitting in the racetrack when guys are coming at you 180 plus miles an hour.
You can't beat Daytona. Trevor Bayne does it in the Daytona 500, his first career victory. And tonight, I'm sure tears of joy for David Ragan, who's celebrating his first ever win.
That was big.
It's like Zipadelli said, you've got to put yourself in position in the last part of the race. And Ruderman and 2 or 3 of these guys like Brad and Kenseth and those guys have put themselves. Newman's back up there.
2 laps to go, but this is not a green-white checker. We are still in regulation. Kyle Busch, the race leader, Jimmy Johnson right beside him, trying to muscle up and make it happen. Ryan Newman going low around Brad Keselowski, and there's Johnson on the inside for the race lead.
And Kyle's just got a great run getting off of 2. He's got the momentum right there. But boy, Jimmy Johnson had a good restart.
And Ryan Newman had a great restart to make it 3 rounds. You see the left front of the 22 sparking going down the backstretch. Here they are 3 wide in the corner here.
Matt is still struggling on these restarts. He goes sliding high. He's going to have a couple guys going underneath him.
1 lap to go. Kyle Busch the race lead. Johnson and Ruderman right in his hip pocket. Kyle Busch has been strong all night long.
This is, as you look back, here's Carl Edwards up here. There's Jeff Gordon right behind these guys. These guys have come from nowhere to be in this race.
And Kyle Busch going to be the first to put his name on the trophy at Kentucky. He leads coming to the checkers.
All right. Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. Woo! Yeah, baby. Good job, David Ruderman. Woohoo! Way to go, Dave Rogers.
How about that,
Ruderman? Great job.
Of Kentucky, man. There'll never be an inaugural winner at Kentucky. Great job, Kyle Busch. Great job, guys. Thank you for all your work.
Here they come for the green with 5 laps to go.
Ragan spun the tires a little bit, but he's going to get away with it because Keselowski's not going at all.
Keselowski in the 2 somewhat held Carl Edwards up in the 99 there on the outside, but Edwards is going to make a run for 3rd.
Here he comes. He's got a good run down the back. There should be a lot of contact as we head down this back straightaway.
Kyle Busch way on the inside picks up a spot. Harvick drops 1. Edwards to 2nd on fresh tires.
4 to go this time.
4 to go and 3
wide.
It's
Boyer in the wall. Hard
wreck.
He stays out.
More wrecks down here. Turn 4. Big wreck.
Harvick in trouble.
Keep going. We can hit a damn thing.
3 of the 4 Childress cars in trouble in the closing laps.
Get 4 tires.
Boyer's car, the front end destroyed.
Well, you can see already the left front of Harvick's tire where they made contact. The whole left side, and here comes Kevin back. Whoa. Gives the 18 a big shot in the rear. And here comes Boyer down on the bottom, and they get 3 wide right here, and this is when I knew it was going to go bad.
It just would not work.
Somebody looked like got into the back of Kevin Harvick, just turned him around, slammed into the wall, did some heavy damage to that machine.
Kane drops the inside as they go 3 wide behind him, and Boyer takes a wild ride into the safer barrier. And Kyle Busch turned Harvick around after they had made contact half a lap before.
Yeah, I think there's something not quite right about that. I'd have to look at that another time or two.
You can see the 18 and the 29 hit again there, and Kyle Busch just goes dead left and pretty much hooks Kevin Harvick in the 29.
Inside, 39's inside. Inside. All right, he's up here now. Inside, very low. Inside, 33's inside here. He's overheating inside, middle. Oh, we just got spun. 18. Hold her straight. Keep going. We can hit a damn thing.
Now let's ride with Jeff Gordon through this.
Down here. Middle three. Clear high, 1 down low, keep coming. Bam. Corner, watch this, get down. 1 down low, you're clear. Clear high, get on the track. Corner, clear.
33 put us 3 wide. And then the 18 hooked me. We're going to hook the 18 some other time. He can just be ready for it. He's got a flat 2 on the left front, I hope.
And Harvick and Busch.
He's after him.
Yeah, this has just started now.
Kyle says, you're going to have to. This ain't going to happen too good.
There was a pass, there was contact, and then as Boyer went into the fence, Kyle Busch came and turned Kevin Harvick around.
We know Harvick is he plays rough, especially when races over with. I've seen him climb over people's cars to get to him.
We've got cars overheated. We've got drivers overheated.
And we got wrecked cars. And
Bobby Labonte crashed on the final lap. Harvick looking in his mirror. Shuts the switches off.
Something's going to have to give here, boys.
We thought it could be Newman and Montoya. Turns out it's Harvick and Busch. And they are still stopped way up at the turn 4 end of pit road as Regan Smith does his victory lap. And Harvick's going to put the steering wheel back on.
I think Harvick was getting ready to hop out of that thing. I think somebody must have gotten to him.
Nope, wheels off again. Here he comes.
He says, okay, this is enough. I'm going back here and we're going to have a little talk. And there goes his car. That car just took off.
Meanwhile, tempers overflow back in the garage area between Kevin Harvick and Kyle Busch's team.
Harvick 29. But one thing you got to look at is a tire deal too. You don't want to kill your tires up too bad. Here's what Kyle was referring to earlier, and that's the Childress team and Kyle Busch. I believe they've had some trouble in the past.
A little familiar, but you see, Kevin runs him all the way down. Kevin's trying to protect that position. Kyle's trying to take it. But as we saw, Kevin ended up back in front of him.
Actually run him through the water.
Yeah, he
There's
did.
still some water down there somewhere.
Oh, Kevin a little sideways off the corner.
Yeah, and Kyle got a really good run up off that corner. And Kevin took him all the way to the end of pit road.
And I do that one or two more times. I don't think Kyle's going to be as nice about it.
Kyle Busch started on the pole last year, finished second. Inside of David Gilliland, crossing one more off his list. Let's go 2 for 1. He gets Kevin Harvick as well. Harvick pulling out there behind Kyle. Is that to suck up and get a little draft down this long straightaway?
I think that's more head games right now than it is anything to do with the draft. I mean, yes, you do that, but because of who's in the 18 car, I think all Harvick is doing right now is trying to mess with Kyle's head.
Let's get the story on the 29, Marty.
Well, that debris caution we just had a moment ago, well, Kevin Harvick's the guy who found that debris with the front of his race car. There's a small hole in the front. They pitted under that last caution on lap 10, made several changes to the car because the car is extremely loose, but they are going to fix that hole under the competition caution in 4 laps. They didn't notice it until they did come down pit road, though.
Jeff Burton helping his teammate, giving him a shove into the corner.
This is all head games going on right here, the 18 and the 29.
You heard us talk about give and take. That was all take from Kevin Harvick. He did not allow most of the time. And look, he's going to drive right over to his door, get that little bit of side draft, swing back out to the outside, and get back in front of Kyle. He's just messing with Kyle. These guys are just messing with each other's heads right now because the whole time they're doing this, they're losing time to the leaders.
And Kyle's not exactly taking it back. Here's what happened on the straightaway. So this is just all, fun and games right here. Now, when they get to the tunnel turn, Kyle was out on the bottom, and Kyle probably took a lot longer to turn into that tunnel turn than you normally do. And what you're doing is you're hanging a guy out there that 1 second longer so his right front gets in the marbles. And I mean, it's just, these are all the little things you can do to each other to aggravate.
That's good stuff, especially after the week that Richard Childress and Kyle Busch have had. I mean, that's good stuff right there.
NASCAR maybe has had enough of the fun, and they've warned both drivers to back it off and leave each other alone for a little while. And here's what Kyle Busch had to say about the warning.
NASCAR has asked us in the 29 to stop playing games and actually race. I delivered the obvious message. We're the one getting run all over the place. Yeah, nice of them to try to warn both of us. There's only one operative guy that you got to warn. Thank you.
That's good. That's Kyle Busch. Okay, what are you going to say? But, we saw that developing. You know what I mean? You saw it developing after the restart. You saw it early in the race. But at least NASCAR has stepped in on this one and said, hey, just race. Let's just get to the halfway point. Let's get it. And then everybody can have that.
Kyle's he's in a no-win situation. Yeah. He's on probation, so.
Yeah, he is in no-win. But that's kind of boys have at it except for Kevin and Kyle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gets the worst of that deal. And Wallace trying to get underneath the 32 of Sorensen for 12th place. 6 laps to go. The lead is 0.3 of a second. Let's check in on it.
Logano has flat run down Kyle Busch here.
Well, we're going to find out if he's going to play clean or if he's going to play rough.
See, Kyle really had the back end hung out right there. That loose situation they were talking about.
This is Logano's opportunity right here.
That's Joe Nemechek in front of him. Joe is lap traffic. He's 3 laps down in 21st. Side by side, the teammates. 4 laps to go. Nemechek still presents an issue. Can Logano use him as a pick?
Is Logano going to be Mr. Nice Guy? Is he going to take it?
They're going to have to get 3 wide right here.
Oh, a little contact there.
There's your answer.
3 laps.
That's what Kyle was looking for right there. That may be more difficult for Logano. He might have to use that bumper or fender he was talking about now.
2 laps remaining here at the world's fastest half mile. The teammates are duking it out. Kyle Busch looking to make more history.
Oh.
Logano wants a win at Bristol. Who's going to get it? White flag this time by. Half a mile to go. The race is between the teammates.
He's there.
How deep will he go? Side by side, runs him up. Here they come for the stripe. Who's going to win it?
It's going to be
It
Kyle.
looks like it's going to be.
Yes, sir. You
Kyle
got it.
Busch, winning number 50.
Number 50 that makes you the most winning in the nationwide. Good job.
Wow, what a finish. Man.
Look at the celebration. Joey Logano, a great run in second place. Third goes to Boyer. Edwards rallies from the penalty for fourth, and Eric Almirola does it again, finishes fifth.
I think Joey Logano might have taken advantage of somebody else a little bit more than that. When it's your teammate, it's, you know, you don't want to make the boss mad.
I don't know.
Good hard racing.
I don't know.
Yeah. The history, 3 in a row here at Bristol for Kyle, but even more importantly, number 50. The most all-time, breaking the tie with Mark Martin.
And Kevin Harvick winning at Auto Club Speedway, he knows if he can win 2 races here this early, probably put him in the chase in 2011.
Those 7 laps might be 3 too many. Here comes Harvick. He is there within a car length of Dale Jr.'s back bumper. 6 laps to go.
I think he can get there, but I'm just saying Junior's car just good enough on corner exit. It's going to be hard for Harvick to get a nose under him.
Yeah, he really closes it up right there. Pulls within about a half a car length.
But Junior is driving in pretty easy, and Harvick is overdriving, trying to get to him.
5 to go.
And there's 2 lap cars out there that they may very well catch.
Junior gets just a little bit better run off of turn 2. Gives him a little gap.
Harvick is there. He gets underneath, and Junior holds him off.
No, I don't think so. He's going to take him right here.
Position. There it is.
He got him.
Outside.
Junior got loose down there in 3 and 4. Opened the door for Harvick.
He's not going to give up. Here he comes back.
Junior crosses under. He's got the inside. Eases into the corner. Gives Harvick a bump.
Whoa, Junebug.
But Harvick sticks to the bottom and holds Junior a car length back. 3 laps to go. And here comes Kyle.
They have company. Yeah, but Harvick's car is pretty darn good.
2 laps to go this time. Kyle Busch right to the back bumper of Junior, who has lost a car length to Harvick.
Junior's car just gotten loose on him. The last couple laps, he's been a little loose off turn 4.
White flag next time by. Harvick may catch the lap traffic of David Gilliland and Michael McDowell. White flag in the air. Tick-tock, grandfather clock. Harvick to the inside on Gilliland.
He's home.
Kyle Busch underneath Dale Jr.
Did Junior give Harvick, did Junior give the 18 car a little tap there earlier?
And here comes Kevin Harvick, the closer. Clinches the deal 2 weeks in a row.
Junior got him.
And Junior holds off Kyle Busch.
You guys amazed me. Good job. That was a lot of fun.
Junior pulls up alongside Harvick and gives him a wave.
That was good racing, boys.
It is Kevin Harvick.
That's why these are 500 lap races, man. You got all day to work on them. Excellent job, everybody. Big crew, Billy. Excellent job.
Calling out spotter Billy O'Day. And Dale Jr. comes so close. For Harvick, his 16th career win, 2nd in a row. And his first win at Martinsville in 20 starts. 3rd Cup win on a short track. 7th win here for Richard Childress Racing. The first came with Ricky Rudd back in the early 80s. Harvick spins it around and salutes the crowd, Alan Kulwicki style.
A lot of respect right there between those 2 guys. Like to see that.
Baby! Awesome work. Awesome work, Mr. It's over, right? It's over. That's it. Checkered flag's out.
When Darrell Waltrip won the first Sprint All-Star race.
You guys are unbelievable. Woo!
Darrell won $200,000.
Got to get behind the show car there.
Carl has banked that much tonight in bonus money. He's going to take home $1,203,000.
You know what I like most about that 10-lap segment, Darrell? Carl had it loaded up.
Here he comes.
Oh my gosh!
Oh boy!
He just tore his car all to pieces. He hit this manhole down there. He tore it up.
Sorry about that.
He tore the whole front off of it. He was going to do a Matt Kenseth, and he didn't know there was a manhole down there.
You can get behind that show car over there on pit road.
I don't think
that's going to happen.
He's going to get behind a record. What he's going to get behind.
That is awesome.
Gosh.
He didn't make one mistake all night long till then.
He just didn't. There's a man cover down there. I think there's a cover down there that he hit.
In your words, dadgum cars tore all the pieces.
Dadgum cars tore all the pieces, Mike.
Here we go, $1 million backflip.
But at least he made it down here. He's got to be sick about his car, though, because I bet they were going to use that thing next week.
They can fix it now.
Carl Edwards becomes the 8th different winner of the Sprint All-Star race in the last 8 years, and he wants to go celebrate with the fans. Oh my goodness.
Here comes the record you spoke of, Darrell.
Remember at the top of the night when we said checkers or wreckers? How about both?
This just really isn't turning out exactly like he had planned. But watch this, Mike. I mean, this was a good idea. He was going to come down through the grass and do a little sliding. But what he didn't realize is somewhere right along in there.
Look, it tore the whole front end off.
Well, the car about turned over.
Boyer and Dale Jr. push their way out, and right behind him, Castle comes along with Tony Stewart. They do make the change. Logano goes back in front of the 18. That's going to allow the 32 of Reed Sorensen, along with Jason Leffler, to come up alongside.
That may have sealed the Joe Gibbs fate by having to make that switch.
2 laps to go.
Comes Castle and Stewart now. Still, they got a lot of momentum up on the top side. See if they can carry it by.
Is he going to push that car by? As you see Tony Stewart duck out now.
Tony makes the switch.
And we haven't seen Castle be able to latch on and do quite as good a job when he was with Brad Keselowski earlier on.
They made a pretty good exchange right there, but it looks like they may get shuffled a little bit.
I've got a question why they would make that change with just 2 laps to go. I would let it blow water out. If it got hot, so be it.
I was really wondering if Tony Stewart was going to push someone else by his teammate up there with Kevin Harvick Incorporated.
Well, they've dropped back because the Joe Gibbs pair, Logano and Busch, have gotten around them. How about 10th and 11th through 12th? That's Michael Waltrip right along with Casey Kane. Then the 2 Fords back to the battle up front. White flag is out. Here we go. Who's going to win it at Daytona?
We see Reed Sorensen.
Oh, look out.
Okay,
Logano into the wall. He caroms off. Everybody else gets by. He'll go back into the wall. The white flag's still out. No caution on the
racing down into turn 3. Junior's right on the bumper. Clint Boyer.
Does he make history? Dale Earnhardt Jr. or does Clint Boyer win? And here comes Tony Stewart. He's getting the push from Castle. Coming out of 4. This is really going to be close.
Here goes Junior to the inside.
Junior to the inside. Boyer takes the lead and holds on, and at the stripe, it's Boyer. Stewart. I thought it was Boyer, but Tony Stewart does it. Wow. Holy cow.
Oh. They're saying Boyer's the winner. That was too close to call.
I thought so too, and then the scoring monitor came up and said Stewart. It looked like Boyer had it, and NASCAR is saying it is Clint Boyer.
Well, Tony Stewart doesn't know that.
Now we're holding 4. Nope, it is official.
That's now Tony Stewart.
It is official.
Job, buddy. Great job.
Woof.
4 in a row, baby.
4 in a row is right.
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
6 out of the last 7. Tony Stewart, his 16th Daytona win. And the streak continues. He's won at least one event since 2005 during Speed Weeks. Let's go back and take another look at this, because this was oh so close.
There it is.
It's right at the very front. 7 1/1000ths of a second. Incredible.
Oh, my.
Just incredible.
How does he find his way there every single time?
Well, you asked why he got around the exchange on Landon Castle. Now we know. He said, Castle, push me, buddy.
Landon Castle did a fantastic job of getting on Tony's bumper and pushing him right there. You saw Boyer try to make the block and then got back down with Junior.
As you see, and that will make Ray Dunlap's statistics get all thrown out of loop.
This is the restart. This is where it could be won or lost right here.
Coming to the green flag. Johnny Sauter moves down the racetrack before he gets to the start-finish line. We've seen this before. They could black flag Johnny Sauter for that move.
We saw David Ragan get penalized in the Daytona 500 for doing that exact same thing.
He cannot move out of his line until he gets to the start-finish line. Johnny Sauter dropped down in front of the 33. The field fanning out behind him.
I thought David Mayhew was going to spin out. He was on the inside of Parker Kligerman, completely sideways. There's contact. PK Jr.'s in the outside wall.
He saves it.
Hang on, you're okay.
A little bit of contact, saves it across the stripe. White flag in the air. Johnny Sauter is leading, but will he be able to hold on to that spot? Where they posted the 13, they black flagged him.
They're going to take this win away from Johnny Sauter. We saw it was obvious. He was way to the inside before they got to the start-finish line.
David Mayhew had his hands full with that 2 behind the 29 of Parker Kligerman. Through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Coming out of turn number 4, Johnny Sauter's in front. He's been black flagged. It will be the win for Ron Hornaday. Win number 3 in Texas.
Travis Quapple, hard into Johanna Long.
Across the stripe, and the trucks continue to try to avoid, but Johanna Long and Travis Quapple, hard contact at the start-finish line. Amazing finish.
That's amazing. There's Joe Shear Jr. right there. Cannot believe it. Absolutely cannot believe it.
And Phil, you brought up the perfect example. We have seen a win get taken away from someone because they tried to make that move before they got to the start-finish line.
And this will have some serious implications with the points, because more than likely they will move Johnny Sauter back to the last truck on the lead lap.
And in this situation, that would be 22nd.
It would be 20. He would be shown in the 22nd position. More than likely, that's what kind of finish Johnny Sauter is going to get.
Johanna.
I know how heartbroken Johnny Sauter has to be right now, but this is the second time we've seen that happen this year. We saw it happen to David Ragan in the Daytona 500.
And the rules are spelled out each week. They remind them you cannot move out of your lane until you get to the start-finish line on a restart.
Let's take a look at it now. This is the restart. Johnny gets a great jump, such a good jump that he's able to clear Ron Hornaday. There he goes. He's on the throttle. He pulls to the inside.
And there they go past the start-finish line.
Here's another look here. Johnny's contention is maybe he's going to say, well, I left enough lane for Ron Hornaday on the inside. He just chose to get in behind me. He did come across the nose of the 33 trucker Ron Hornaday.
That was the restart that lost Johnny Sauter this race. He had the strongest truck tonight. He was extremely good on long runs and trying to get the restart to where he could get the win. We're going to hear from him. Hermie.
Johnny headed back to the garage. Your comment?
God bless America.
Got a good restart on that last. What do you think NASCAR's decision is on this restart?
He's got a lane to race down there. We both spun the tires. It's just whatever, You
gonna go meet with NASCAR now and try to get an official word from them?
Nah, it's official, isn't it?
Johnny Sauter.
Johnny Sauter.
Johnny Sauter.
Johnny Sauter.
Johnny Sauter.
Thanks, Herbie. We've seen frustration tonight. We saw it from Matt Crafton involved in an incident. Now, obviously, Johnny Sauter extremely frustrated.
Been telling Paul, save fuel, we will let you know when we can cut you loose. And just a moment ago, he said, you can open it up a little bit.
He's going to need to. He's got some fast cars behind him.
Yeah, you've got those first 5 right there together, all within 1 second of each other. Now they're drafting a little bit, trying to save a little bit of fuel, but when do you decide, okay, I got to go here, I've got to stay in front? See Kyle Busch right at the end of this too, in the mix in that 6th spot.
Bid for second, McMurray, the defending winner of this race, not just second, trying to get the race lead.
Looks like Jamie might have decided that he's got enough fuel saved that he can go now.
7.7 seconds back, McMurray goes to the lead. 8 laps to go, the defending winner is out in front. And does he have enough fuel, and has he saved enough to get to the checkered flag?
Let's go. Turning loose, 24 is 2 seconds faster. We can't give up.
Okay, the race is on here, guys. Here goes Paul.
That was his radio. He was told to go. He's gone to the lead. Paul Menard.
Yeah, he was just told that Jeff Gordon was almost 2 seconds a lap faster these last couple of laps. You can see him well in the picture now.
They got to go. They got to go now, whether they have enough fuel or not.
Can the 4-time champion charge all the way to the lead in these final 3 laps?
Jeff Gordon should be able to get by Mark Martin here shortly. If he doesn't have to waste any time getting by Mark, and he's not at all before they get to turn 3. This is Jeff Gordon's race to win right now.
1 lap to go to win the Brickyard 400. Menard dealing with lap traffic. Gordon trying to close in turn 1. Menard is cleared up. Gordon's got to deal with the traffic.
He's got enough fuel. That might be enough now, yes.
Looks good so far. This is going to be the biggest day of Paul Menard's life.
But does he have enough fuel to get to the finish? Gordon clear of traffic, setting up for the finish. Final corners.
Good corner here.
Year-old Paul Menard, his family with such a long racing history in Indianapolis, they'll kiss the bricks together now. Paul Menard wins the Brickyard 400.
Wow. Oh, this is huge.
Junior, Denny Hamlin, Brad Keselowski, Harvick, Burton, Busch, Edwards, Stewart, Ragan. Green flag. 2 to go.
Boy, Dale Earnhardt Jr. got a great restart.
He's out of gas, and there they go.
And Burton goes around. A lot of smoke.
They had a little bit of a wreck back there. No caution.
Keselowski got bounced around, but we are still green. Let's see.
Cars all over the place down here in turns 1 and 2. Not real sure how this is going to work out.
Still no caution, though. We'll be coming to the white flag, Mike.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. out front.
Can he make it?
White flag. Next flag ends the race. Hamlin trying to close.
Track's clear. We're good to go.
7 back. 7 back.
Harvick 3rd. Reagan 4th. Logano 5th. What a topsy-turvy finish to the Coca-Cola 600.
And Dale Jr. is scooting away. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, he's slowing, isn't he?
150,000 people on their feet.
Jr. is slowing. He's out of fuel. He's out of gas.
And as at Indy, the leader at turn 4 does not get to the flag. Harvick, the closer, wins it.
Once again, where did he come from?
Golly gee.
Have you ever?
No, I have. Once again, never. Are you kidding me?
That just beats all.
Achilles heel. Hell yeah.
Oh, man. How about old Harv?
And yes, they did. 19 cars finish on the lead lap. Harvick the winner. David Ragan is the runner-up, and Joey Logano came from 2 free passes to finish 3rd. Last year's winner Kurt Busch is 4th, and A.J. Allmendinger is 5th.
Today, Hildebrand's going to win the race, a rookie at Indy. He crashes in turn 4. Tonight, Dale Jr. is going to win the race at Charlotte. Runs out of gas coming out of turn 4.
take some head scratching to sort this out. Why don't we start with a replay of the restart and the final.
Racing good for Denny Hamlin, who has the race lead with 4 laps to go.
You know, this is not the best place if you're Matt Kenseth. Matt Kenseth's car comes in towards the end of a run. Yeah. You get down to a 5-lap shootout, he just has to drive.
Problems for Regan Smith, and worked his way into the top 10 after all those issues early in the race.
He's got a flat tire. You hear him on the radio. And he had come back from all but being a car length from being a lap down to be in the top 10.
Last week at Pocono, Denny Hamlin dominated the first part of the race. But problems late relegated him to 19th in the final finishing order. Denny has been adamant about saying the finishes haven't been great, but I know we have got a race car that can win races.
Kenseth is there. Made a lot of ground on him right here, so he's going to have to make it happen if he's going to do it. And he's going to have to try to go way up high maybe and try to make that high line work.
Matt gets that good run through 1 and 2, but Denny and he are kind of a little bit equal through 3 and 4.
Regan Smith did get back around and make a pit stop. White flag is out. Denny Hamlin leading.
And it's these two guys right now, because Kyle is far enough back, he's not going to be a factor.
Well, he's going to take a look on the outside. Yeah, slipped up a little bit. Had to take the shot, though. He made a run at it.
He rolled in on him, and right when he gets to him, you just lose that nose a little bit.
Matt Kenseth going to have one more try as they go into turn 3. This time he's going to go low. Hamlin washes up the racetrack. Here comes Matt Kenseth to the inside. He cannot make it stick.
Oh,
Kenseth sideways, and here comes Denny Hamlin with his first win of 2011 in Michigan.
Great job by Mike Ford and Denny Hamlin, those guys, to put themselves in position to take advantage of the clean air.
Awesome job, awesome.
1 year ago, Denny Hamlin won 8 races. Many thought he would be a title contender in 2011. It's not been easy. And today, the monkey is officially off their back. Denny Hamlin with his first win of the season, and to get it done, he had to hold off Matt Kenseth, who was charging hard on the final lap.
Yeah, Matt just drove it in there for everything he had. He got loose way earlier than what we're looking at right here. He saved it all the way through turn 3 and 3.5.
Exactly. We've talked about him all day, getting loose and having to feather it on the last lap. You got nothing to lose, and he knew he had to be making that run. These 3 guys in that picture right there, the 18, the 11, and the 17, these guys drove hard all day long.
Good day for Joe Gibbs Racing. 2 of their cars inside the top 3.
Coming towards the white flag. This race is official. We will finish it on this next lap, no matter what happens. Look out, it's gonna get tight.
Well, that got those separated, the 60 and 16 separated.
And that may be all the others needed, because look at how far back they have dropped down the back stretch. It is the 18 of Kyle Busch. He has never won here in 7 prior starts. Look out! No spin, Mike Wallace, and he's up and over. Wallace gets back on all 4s. The 38 of Leffler is also involved. The race is going to end under caution. And we'll have to wait for NASCAR to give us the official as to which car was the leader.
Mike Wallace able to drive this car run. Yeah, baby! I'm thinking Kyle Busch is going to be the winner of this race.
Here's why you never give up.
The scoring has
the
18, but they switched it over to Kyle Busch.
The 18 thinks he's won. He's giving Joey a little nudge.
Yeah, he probably knows.
Well, that sounds like Trevor Bayne's radio, doesn't it? That was 18's radio, okay. That was Kyle Busch's radio. We are waiting for NASCAR to give us a freeze the field report. And they will figure out exactly who was in the position at the time the caution was thrown.
Kyle pretty confident.
Well, this has been his worst track. We talked about the fact 3 of those 7 prior races, he didn't even make it to the finish. we still don't know the exact time the caution came out, but here's the replay.
See a lot of people with run. You can see Mike Wallace having a big run here, getting a push from Elliott Sadler. That's where it's all going to start, as he tried to make a move.
Boy, and then he gets airborne.
The caution does not come out right away here. It goes just a little bit longer before it does come out.
Yeah, the 18 was in front at that moment.
Carl Edwards gets spun in that altercation.
Still waiting for official word. Here's another angle.
It's a lot of push and shove. You know, Mike Wallace's car really was out of control the whole race.
And we've just got the official word. Kyle Busch is your winner. Board with Trevor Bayne. And on board with Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Differences, similarities between today's cars and tomorrow's cars. Was there something you liked about it today? Well, I think the Cup cars will probably be.
And Vince is caught up with the man who finished in third place. A great race.
Ambrose spun the tire stump. Brad Keselowski won by him.
Kyle Busch lights him up.
He's sideways. Here comes Brad.
Contact. Keselowski is through the lead.
Wow. Here comes Montoya, but he's not able to hold off Kyle Busch.
Okay, this interlude's going to be exciting up here.
Keselowski's going to have to really guard.
A wiggle, a wobble.
Here comes Ambrose hard in the throttle.
A little bump there, a little nudge.
Have to know Kyle Busch is going to be close here too.
Clear.
Tell you what, Ambrose better get down in this corner good, or Brad's going to be all over him.
Maybe a little bump right here from Brad. Kyle Busch coming hard.
Oh, he's still sideways.
White flag.
No mistakes, bring it on,
One
buddy.
lap to go.
No mistakes,
Next
clear
flag
three.
ends the race. Do they have enough fuel to come back around and finish it? Kyle Busch looking to get back around Keselowski. Oh, big crash in turn number 2. David Ruderman.
Still green.
Oh, looks like Tony Stewart out through the grass in the interlude.
And back through traffic. Caution is out.
It's out. Yellow's out.
Race is over. Marcos Ambrose is your winner. And Tony Stewart is up against the guardrail. Wow.
Congratulations there, Ambrose. You are officially a winner in the NASCAR Nixdale Cup Series. Good job. Guys, thank you so.
Great to see Todd Parrott, the crew chief on this car, going back to victory lane again.
Oh, goodness.
6 gets, it's like, oh my gosh.
Goodness gracious.
Wow. Like Boris said, got into the 6 car. David Ragan. Oh, my goodness.
It's getting down to crunch time here. You won't have but 2 or 3 laps to go. How are you going to beat that 2 truck?
Well, we've been talking about that. I still believe the best way for me to try to win is to let him start on the outside and get in front of me. That way I know I'm right on him. If I can get the right push from the truck behind me, the 7, then we can make a run on him. So it's risky, but Elliott's faster than me. He's got more speed,
and I'm afraid that if I get beside him, I won't have a chance to win. I think if I do this, I'll have a chance.
Coming out of 4. White flag will be in the air. One more time around Daytona. Elliott Sadler, Michael Waltrip, 1 and 2.
It's going to be between those two guys. They have actually gapped everybody else. So I think it's going to be between them. And boy, Michael's getting a little aggressive now. He's starting to work that back bumper.
I thought he was going to pick the rear wheels off the ground.
Yeah, he's not going to give it to him. He said, you're going to have to earn it, dude.
Into 3 and 4. Elliott Sadler looking for his second win in the Camping World Trucks. Michael Waltrip has never won in a truck, but he's won here twice.
Here he
comes. To the finish line.
He's got him. Mikey, you got him.
You got it.
All right.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Hey, guys, look at the rear spoiler on Mikey's truck.
Michael Waltrip, he doesn't have a rear spoiler.
Has won his first ever Camping World Truck Series race, 10 years
Yikes.
to the day
Yikes.
of his first Daytona 500
I can't believe I'm up here doing this race, and he's out there doing what he does, and here we are again, 10 years later.
Remember now, there's a minimum angle that spoiler has to maintain.
I think we might have a problem.
Might have a bit of a problem maintaining that angle.
Yes, it was gone.
Yeah, he's missing a very critical part of these vehicles.
What does it mean, Mikey, 10 days after that Daytona 500 win, 10 years after that Daytona 500 win?
I don't know, Phil. I don't know. I just am so thankful for Dale. My brother knows. My brother knows. Let him tell you.
4 laps to go this time.
Seems like Jimmy's a little better in 3 and 4. Kyle's a little bit better in 1 and 2. That's kind of the way it looks to me.
Yeah, Johnson in the 48's not getting off turn 2 real good.
Not quite as good as Kyle is.
Harvick now 3rd. But Darrell, he may run out of time, and yet if these two get to battling side by side, he may be right there.
Watch that gap open up right there. Jimmy was looking underneath of him through the middle of the corner. Kyle gets that nice run off the top.
Really hard, about 10 back.
Yes, he is.
I tell you, he is. I just looked at the 29 car, and while these two cars up here are racing each other, hello, and look at Jimmy down all the way down on the apron.
Can't get alongside Kyle Busch. Yes, he can. Johnson off the corner.
You know who's going to win this race? That 29 car.
29 is 6 behind you. Outside.
As they run side by side, Harvick is there. He makes it a 3-car battle.
He's there, and here goes Jimmy to the lead. He's going to clear Kyle off of 2. They're going to get side by side going down the back again, and that's going to open the door for the 33.
29 is 2 behind him.
Harvick is coming.
He got in the wall. No, he got in the corner way too hard.
And Harvick takes 2nd. This is not over.
Here he comes. That 33 car is on it, boys.
A lap and a half to go.
29 car, sorry.
Been working the top, can't help you though, no.
Here comes Kyle Busch fighting it back on the bottom.
He's even with Harvick, even for 2nd.
They're searching for grip right now.
And drops back in line. White flag for Jimmy Johnson. 1 lap to go.
Harv's going to have to make a big move right down here.
Harvick trying the outside as Johnson.
He's got the momentum. He's got the momentum right there.
That's been his strong point, that speed of carry all the way down the back straightaway.
A bump.
Outside there.
He's going to push him up into the corner faster than he wants to go, I think.
Kyle Busch is 5 car lengths back. It's
Here
a 2-horse race, and here comes Harvick.
He's got him.
Johnson got loose.
He's got him. That little push getting into 3. That little bump.
Harvick, Johnson switches lanes. Johnson can't get there. Harvick wins it.
That was a show right there. To come from back where he did and to get by those guys, that was a show.
Put on a show here, buddy.
Jimmy Johnson through to 5th in the 48 car. And Denny Hamlin. Heard from him extensively. Oh, look out, trouble. Allmendinger sideways.
He may keep it off the wall if he doesn't get hit. Oh, what a save.
That was a save. Caution flag is out. That might be the save of the year right there.
Maybe the decade. And I know we're short the end of this decade. But
yeah, we're early. It's still early. I think there's a message about to be delivered here. This is racing for 7th place.
Yeah, that was a case that A.J. Allmendinger didn't feel like that Denny Hamlin was up there far enough. He was making his wide, normal arc into the corner. Denny thought I believe that he was going to be able to get that spot.
And from that shot, they went under the bridge right when the contact took place.
I'm telling you, you don't do that here normally. What a great job.
That was a heavy slide.
Dale Jr., they believe that they can make it on the right-hand side. Update on Jimmy Johnson real quick on the left-hand side. The engine guys just came over and told Chad Knaus, that's a tongue twister, told him to go full throttle and then back off early into the corner. So they're working with their driver, telling him to get around this 17. Meanwhile, Dale Jr. on the right-hand side, after everything that could have possibly gone wrong last weekend went wrong, they're having quite a weekend. They brought a different platform setup, and Steve Letarte told me he didn't mind if his driver would be yelling because the car didn't handle very well, but it would be faster. Well, everything has worked out. He started today in 19th and running up in 7th right now. 6th, actually, Alan.
Steve Letarte said this week he loved it if it became a fuel mileage race because they've had a couple of chances to win under those circumstances this year. Wasn't it Charlotte in the 600?
Yeah.
Last corner of the race?
Well, he lost it, though.
They ran out.
That's the problem.
How about Harvick back in 4th, Doc?
They told him at the beginning of the run, you're 3.8 laps short. He said he's been saving fuel. He just now asked Gil Martin, how about it, Gil? Are we okay? And Gil said, I don't know, but just go for it, Kevin. Go for it. They turned him loose.
Yeah, the fact is you really don't know. I mean, you know when you're short by your calculations, but you don't know how much is in that car.
No, and it's hard to tell as a driver just how much you've done and what you've done. We talked about Jimmy Johnson there telling him they don't want him part throttling down the straightaway because that could mess up the engine and hurt the engine, so they don't want that scenario. They'd rather have him run out as to blow up.
So Harvick in the 29, by Kenseth in the 17 for 3rd. Tony Stewart leading 2.3 seconds ahead of Jimmy Johnson. Kevin Harvick 3rd, Matt Kenseth 4th, Ryan Newman 5th. Earnhardt Jr. in 6th is 6 seconds behind. There's the gap from 1st to 2nd. 6 laps to go. Harvick for 2nd on Johnson.
At least he's saved plenty. Yeah, he's not saving any now. It's a gamble for him to go now.
And it puts pressure on Stewart.
Yeah, they were just about a half a tenth apart there is all that Harvick was able to beat Stewart the last time, so Tony's still running pretty fast.
5 laps to go, 5.
See right there, Tony Stewart just pushed the clutch in. Easing it out a little bit now. I tell you, it takes a lot of skill to do what he's doing and saving fuel and trying to run these lap times fast enough to win. Watch this. He doesn't do it going into 3. He clutched it going into 1.
Harvick beat him by about a half a second last lap. Tony's got a lot of traffic right in front of him. See how that affects what he's able to do.
There's Harvick.
I think Harvick's going to catch him. It's just going to be, does Harvick have enough fuel to make it to the end? And I think when he gets to Stewart, Stewart's going to quit all the nonsense of pushing the clutch in and run as hard as he can.
Yeah, they ran about the same lap time, only 0.03 of a second that last lap. I think one thing that's helping Tony Stewart, that car is driving so good, and when it drives like that, you can back off the throttle, let the car roll a lot more, and now obviously you're using less fuel like that. That's why he's not slowing down as much doing all of this.
3 laps to go. 1.7 seconds. Back to Kevin Harvick.
Tony still has enough lead to soft pedal to the end.
It was a year ago in New Hampshire. Tony Stewart led the first race of the championship. Ran out of gas while leading, coming to the white flag. He's coming to the white flag this time, leading with fuel mileage in play. 1.4 seconds back to Kevin Harvick, a lap and a half to go.
And that team never recovered from running out of fuel leading that race either. Really affected the rest of their chase. Does he have enough today?
Is somebody going to run out and lose a chunk of points? Will the lead change hands in the final lap, or can Stewart begin his championship with a breakthrough win?
Like
there are cars on the apron running out of fuel as Stewart takes the white flag. It was Kyle Busch, Andy referenced a second ago, on the apron out of fuel. Half a lap to go.
Now Gordon's out of fuel.
All clear. Keep coming.
You'll see Gordon there. Matt Kenseth, Jimmy Johnson, all slowing out of gas. Tony Stewart, the fuel holds up. Tony Stewart opens the chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup with his first win of the season. There are cars running out of gas everywhere around this racetrack. Matt Kenseth getting pushed by the 38 car. He doesn't want that on the last lap of this race.
But he got pushed all the way down the back straightaway and all the way through 3 and 4. And that is illegal on the last lap.
Officials will look at it. Look at the guys running out of gas. Jimmy Johnson was out. Kyle Busch was out.
Paul Menard's out.
Trevor Bayne is slow on the apron.
Good job, guys. Proud of you.
Allmendinger ran out of gas. Looks like Ryan Newman ran out of gas. Jeff Gordon ran out of gas. Look at them all. They got across the start-finish line and just hooked the left onto pit road because they're all out of gas. But that car had it all figured just right.
Wow, what a job Tony Stewart did right there in saving fuel, staying out front also.
Championship run started off on the wrong foot and they never recovered. And earlier in the day, I mentioned what a win here might do for this team.
Absolutely, they have to be on top of the world with this win, looking that Loudon next weekend where his cars finished first and second. Tony finished second to his teammate Ryan Newman, so a lot of momentum here.
And our Goodyear winning moment, Tony Stewart with a little lap before the fans holding that checkered flag. The Saturday night short track racing tradition. No surprise, Smoke would spend his victory celebration that way.
Report from pit road. Boyer is questioning whether he's running out of fuel. Here comes Stewart.
Yeah, there it is. He's out.
Stewart to the lead. 2 laps to go.
Now does Tony have enough fuel?
It was this race a year ago. Stewart led coming off turn 4 to the white flag. And he ran out of gas. Is it going to be different this time?
He's got a big lead. He can sit on that. He doesn't have to run very hard.
White flag is up this time. 1 lap to go.
Looks like Brad Keselowski took second away from Greg Biffle.
Final lap in New Hampshire. Watching Tony Stewart to see if he's got enough fuel to make it. The advantage he has, he's up 7 seconds on Keselowski now as other people begin to fade.
Take a deep breath. I got this.
It sounds like he's got plenty of fuel.
So if he was stalking him, he knew just what he was doing. 2 wins in a row to start the chase.
Way to go.
Tony Stewart wins at New Hampshire.
Wow, that's impressive by Tony Stewart and this team. Brad Keselowski, great day.
Greg Biffle out of fuel coming to the checkers.
See if Jeff Gordon can beat him. Nope, looks like Biffle beat Gordon to the line.
But Gordon was able to stretch the gas to get there. Keselowski gets second, Biffle third, Gordon fourth, Brian Vickers comes home fifth. Dale Earnhardt Jr. possibly out of gas coming to the checkers also and got a right front.
Wow, Matt Kenseth comes home sixth. What a rebound for him.
Oh, another crazy finish. And Vince, this year at New Hampshire is going to come out a lot better for Darian Grubb.
That guy was Denny Hamlin. He's on the outside of that third row.
Might be too far back to make it up in 3 laps.
I can remember a race here in Martinsville when 2 of the sport's best went into turn 3 on the last lap, tangled and took each other out, and the guy in third won the race.
Yeah, don't count out Kevin Harvick there in fourth either.
3 to go. Oh, Junior nudged around. He and Logano tangled.
Keselowski goes around.
Around here. No caution. Keep rolling. Come on. No caution. Need to roll here.
And Stewart trying to get around Jimmy Johnson.
He's got him cleared off 4.
To the lead. Tony Stewart, 2 laps to go. Do they get to the white flag without another yellow? Can Johnson get the Stewart's back bumper? Here they come.
Joey Logano into the wall.
Far in the wall,
Hard.
turn 3.
White flag's out, though.
Logano still driving around. We are on the last lap. Stewart, Johnson, Gordon. Will there be a bump and run? He's going to try it. Johnson gets there, but not enough. Tony Stewart wins at Martinsville. Clint Boyer spinning around in the final corner. Just shy of the finish. How about Tony Stewart, who's run
flag, man.
so poorly at this racetrack the last couple of races? They got the up front starting spot when qualifying was rained out. They got shuffled back. They used strategy to get back to the front, and a timely win in his bid for the championship.
I've seen some gutsy runs, but that one right there, they dug deep. This whole team did. Tony, by staying on the lead lap, when they were trying to lap him, coming around here and working on this car, this is incredible. Nothing feels better than a win like this.
No, you were talking about them running poorly. Recently, they ran poorly in the middle of this race. Almost getting lapped and then fought back, made some changes. Here they are.
How about a Goodyear winning moment from Tony Stewart?
We gave these fans their money's worth today.
So that leaves Jeff Burton as the only guy to not pit.
Luke and the engineers have been going back and forth. Luke, how close is it going to be?
Going to be really close. We just hope we save the number over the course of this run and make it work.
And you fixed your race car, too.
Yeah, we had a long day. We've had to fight a lot, but Caterpillar Chevrolet team's worked hard.
They've worked hard to be a great time to see Jeff Burton get his 3rd win at this Texas Motor Speedway, Alan.
Pretty slim chance this 31's going to make it to the end. They're taking a big gamble, but hey, they don't have anything to lose. There's Kim Burton, his wife.
Do the math for me. Do the math for me.
Oh, she's nervous.
Tip for me. We get above a half. I'm out.
Oh, that's it. Not even close. 5 laps to go.
Come on in here. We're going to splash it off.
No, just doing the numbers. It just didn't make it.
5 to go and past the pit entry, and he's got to coast all the way around the racetrack if he makes it back.
And now it becomes Tony Stewart there with Carl Edwards. You see 3 cars in between them.
Stewart started this championship with a win at Chicagoland, backed it up the next week with a win at New Hampshire, then had the terrible race at Dover where he finished 25th. Not all that impressive at Kansas, 15th, but then 8th at Charlotte, 7th at Talladega, the winner at Martinsville last week, and a dominator today. He'll gain ground, not a ton, as Carl Edwards is going to finish 2nd. But with his 4th win in 8 tries in his bid for the championship, Tony Stewart takes the checkered flag at Texas.
You see the 14 team of Tony Stewart feverishly working on the front of their car. Stewart has hit something and it has put a big hole in the front of the grill, although Tony indicated he did not recall hitting anything at all, said he didn't feel as though he had hit any debris, but there's a hole about twice the size of a man's fist there in the front. So they're replacing the fencing part of the grill, which they also have to double check and make sure there's no debris inside the grill area as well. Now you see the replacement area, the area that they're going to replace, and now the fenced grill area that's being used to substitute and replace. They've also got to make sure that they get the tape on the new grill just as the previous tape was addressed, so they make sure that aerodynamically they have the same handling car as well. So certainly an issue that Darian Grubb and company, Tony Stewart obviously included, did not expect to have to be dealing with in the early stages of this championship run.
Bottom side, and they're 3 wide for the lead up front. Truex through on the bottom of the 56 car. On the outside of the 39.
Here comes Tony underneath Carl Edwards. Tony got a great restart that time.
He made that inside work. He was able to stay in the throttle and nobody held him back that time. He lost a couple spots last time he tried that. In the gas hard here, though.
3 wide right in front of them. How about 4 wide?
He was 9th for the restart. 2 laps, he's 3rd. That's amazing.
Yeah, he's got a good car, but that's some driving.
Feeling some heat from Matt Kenseth in the 17. Edwards right behind Kenseth, running 5th. Newman, one of the guys that had changed just right side tires on the pit stop a little while ago. Up front, Truex, 56. Stewart for the lead in the 14.
He is on a mission.
Watch those hands.
You see Truex back in the throttle, but a little sideways. He had thoughts of a crossover move there. Only having nothing of that.
Attitude earlier in the race.
Yeah, what an incredible job by the crew to repair that, Andy. That's not an easy place to make a change and fix a repair.
Yeah, they've overcome a lot tonight. On pit road, they had a mistake, or actually a problem with their pit socket. They had a hole in the grill. Tony Stewart
white flag here, white flag. Bring it home.
Final lap. Stewart and Edwards, 1st and 2nd. Winner takes the championship.
It's just the most incredible run I've ever seen out of a race car driver, what Tony Stewart has done in this case and tonight.
Yeah, I think it's the best driving I've ever seen, and Carl Edwards did an incredible job too, but this is the man right here, Tony Stewart.
2002, he was the champion. 2005, he was the champion, those driving for someone else. This time, he's an owner driver, and he's become a 3-time NASCAR Sprint Cup champion. Tony Stewart wins it.
So we got it? We got it. We got the tiebreaker, baby. Awesome job. Derek. You guys are all.
It ended up they had to win the race to win the title. Tony Stewart did just that.
In this sport a long time, that was the most incredible championship run I think I've ever seen.
What a turnaround in the season. He didn't win a race in the regular season. He came into this chase and won 5 races, won half of the races in the chase.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, your 2011 NASCAR Sprint Cup champion, Tony Stewart.